Most behind the camera, I'm here with Russ Cundiff and Milo Ventimiglia. I have to say it in Spanish because I'll mess it up if I say it in English.
No worries, man.
Now, y'all both working together. You have a production company, Divide Productions, right? And y'all both, this is your first comic endeavor?
It is. It's our first comic, but you know, we basically had the script in our stable that we always loved the story, thought it was great, and ultimately pitched it out to Devil's Due. And they said, hey, that would make a great comic, and it's pretty much where we're at now, just, you know, making a kick-ass comic.
Now, were you always comic book fans, or did you get more into it after the Heroes, or did you get into after the Heroes?
Really big into comic books. I just love reading, so.
Yeah, I was a pretty big comic fan growing up. My dad would always take me to like the local comic shop and you know, sort through the bins and find some cool stuff. But you know, Heroes like definitely kind of gave more of that entrance too, as to doing a project like this. You know, linking up with Devil's Due, making a comic, you know, with a great story and cool characters. So for me, it was just, and for us, it was a natural progression to things that we'd already been into.
Now, who would you say would be one of your favorite comic book characters back in the day, or even now?
Back in the day, Batman. This guy's a big Atom fan.
Like the Atom or Aquaman.
Oh, you actually like Aquaman? Well, you're one of the very few in the world.
I was a Submariner fan. I like the Submariner.
At least Submariner's a little more manly than Aquaman.
Yeah.
How different is it for you to come here as a producer of a comic book than coming here for Heroes?
Very different, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get away from the people chasing me for Heroes, which is the tough part. But it's nice to be on the other side, man. Finally kind of giving back to the community that reared me, you know, if you really think about it. A lot of the successes I've had on Heroes are because of the fans that are here at conventions, at Comic-Cons, at WizardCons, at any of that stuff. So to come back as a guy who's contributing to that, who's contributing to the world, that it's finally, you know, nice to have that sheet lifted off us, and we're not just, you know, a bunch of people hiding in the dark reading our books. Like, you know, this is legit, good, great stories that we're all telling and reading. So to be a part of it and give back to it makes me feel really good. It's about a guy who takes an experimental drug where he doesn't have to sleep anymore. So imagine how efficient your day is. But then the downfall of that, if you can't sleep, you can't dream. If you can't dream, where's your life going to go? And ultimately, you know, what a 24-hour world would be like, you know, the downside of that, because it is a very scary, real thing.
It also kind of explores if you were on the drug or if Milo was on the drug, kind of being awake for 24 hours a day and then kind of interacting with people that weren't on the drug, and kind of you would almost become like a superhuman being.
Yeah.
And it kind of, you know, we kind of ask that question, and it's kind of a discussing society and what kind of our society is becoming.
Now, did y'all write this together? Did y'all come up with the story plot together?
It's based on a script by a writer named Michael Sullivan. That's a script that we have at our company. And then we brought in, well, us and Devil's Due brought in Mark Powers, who wrote Drafted and edited X-Men for several years. And we were just fans of his. And he was like, dude, I totally want to write this. We're like, that's great.
All right, so what was your inspiration to actually deciding, oh, let me do this and let me take this script and turn it into a comic book?
You know, I think something that Russ and I always focus on is just great stories and great characters, you know, having these tales to tell. And, you know, it doesn't matter whether it's on the big screen, on the little screen, you know, on your mobile phone, or in a comic. It's like you want to have a good story and tell people and get it out there. So this one just was a natural fit in the comic world, and, you know, see what else we can do with it.